Last week, I shared this video highlighting Microsoft's release of materials related to getting ready for Microsoft 365 Copilot. But whether the product you're waiting for is Microsoft 365 Copilot or Duet AI for Google Workspace, or you're deploying some other AI tool set in your organization, there are a whole bunch of considerations beyond the technical preparation that are impactful on a human level. If you're an HR professional or some other non-technical leader, what do you need to know about AI? How should you be preparing? And what may be the longer-term technical and non-technical impacts of this technology? In this video, I'm going to provide an overview for if your role is to do with people rather than to do with technology, so you're prepared for what's to come in the world of AI. But first, let's briefly dig into AI, why we're talking about it right now, and what these products are that has got so many so excited about this technology's capability. So artificial intelligence, or AI, is not a new concept. AI research has been going on for many decades and dates back well before PCs were ubiquitous in business settings. You may remember news articles over time about novel concepts like computers that could beat grandmasters in chess. These were examples of AI, but very singularly focused AI tools that could do one thing really well, but could only do one thing. AI is also not new in businesses. Many businesses, for example, use AI tools for expense tracking. If you've got an app where you take a photo of a receipt and it works out what the receipt is for and how much you spent, this is an example of using AI. These are tools that use a concept called computer vision alongside machine learning based on being trained on many receipts to the point that it understands generally what a receipt looks like and can identify the various fields. However, this is also an AI tool designed to do a single task. Ask it what it thinks your best-selling product will be in Q3, and it just won't be able to help. Last year, things changed with the public release of ChatGPT. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, and is the type of AI model being used by that tool. It's a language model trained on large amounts of text data. Using this training, the model is able to generate coherent responses to a wide variety of different user prompts. So this type of technology is not locked into being really good at only one task, and it opens the door to being pretty good at a wide variety of tasks, as long as those tasks are seeking a generated textual response as an output. Suddenly, effective, generalized AI capabilities were in the hands of users, and very quickly ChatGPT and its parent OpenAI had a user base in the millions. This started an astonishingly fast-paced AI arms race, where now we have access to AI capabilities alongside major web search tools. Both Microsoft and Google are adding AI capabilities to their productivity software, and pretty much every web service I use right now appears to be getting some sort of generate with AI button. In terms of products like Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is going to be the AI tooling Microsoft adds to its Office productivity suite, there are very clear benefits for businesses and their team members. If you want to know more about this tool generally, there's a link to this video below, but it's going to be able to help you summarize your email correspondence, generate documents, design presentations, help with data analysis, and even keep you on top of the outcomes of your meetings. The purpose is to be an assistant to help you with the routine and the mundane, so that you can devote more of your time and energy to the things that truly help you add value in your business. For businesses of all types, there is a need to not get left behind and to work out how to effectively use AI for business advantage. But businesses are already playing catch-up, but these tools are already in the hands of users. And because the two major productivity software vendors have announced their plans to include them in their existing suite of tools, it's likely that many businesses will soon feel compelled to deploy them. As an HR professional or a people-focused leader, you need to be involved in those conversations and considerations, as there are a whole set of issues tangential to, but not directly connected to the technology, that also need to be ironed out in your approach to embracing AI. Let's take a look at the areas that I think are the three most important for you to have an eye on. When the announcement is made, we're planning on rolling out AI, you need to be sure that your employees don't just hear, "We're replacing you with a computer." So much of our cultural understanding of AI is negative. From the books we read to the movies we watch or the news articles we're exposed to, AI is often not contextualized as a stepping stone towards utopia, but as something that will lead to dystopian apocalypse. Having AI respond to your emails in your office is unlikely to be the thing that sets off some Matrix-style AI machine takeover, but your team members may have very real and very immediate concerns about these new tools taking away their work. Microsoft's co-branding is there for a reason and is very intentional. These are not, in their current guise at least, and with the technology as it stands, tools that are designed to replace the work of a human. They are there to augment or co-pilot your workday, and you as a worker, you as the human, remain the pilot, the guide for what you're doing. Many workers are overwhelmed. Their email or message notifications never stop, and their to-do list only seems to get longer, never shorter. There are lots of pandemic hangovers that continue to impact how we work. Some businesses have never fully stabilised from massive employee turnover and recruiting problems. And for many, there is now far more acknowledgement of where inequities have existed in our working lives and a priority of addressing them to give everyone more opportunity to succeed both in work and life. In this context, AI tools like Copilot can be a new lever we have our hands on to help us address some of these issues. We can help employees reduce their focus on mundane busy work and to keep on top of the things that are truly important. We can supplement new productivity into teams that are short-staffed or struggling to rapidly upskill. We can expose data to AI that helps us transmit organisational knowledge and history in teams where we have less tenured workers. And we can support a more equal set of expectations where AI tools serve to assist us in our weaker areas. For our leaders and HR specialists, there are really two priorities. One is to support the effective communication of these changes in a people-centric way, to ensure that the right voices are included and heard, and to create conditions where employees at all levels can become champions and advocates for these changes, rather than fearful naysayers. Secondly, there should be a priority to ensure that the benefits of AI are accrued both to the organisation and to team members. We can only address those things that are negatively impacting morale or retention or performance if we're purposeful in our objectives. If AI is simply rolled out as a means to do more and more with less and less, then these wider issues will not be addressed and the adoption of the technology will not be optimally successful. You probably already have organisational policies that address issues like data privacy, but are these fit for the AI age and do you need new areas of focus? There are lots of ethical considerations with AI. For example, if you're a marketing agency, you could use AI to produce a lot of the content you might go on to deliver as work product to your clients. If you're going to do that, how do you do it transparently? And even if it's not acceptable at a business level, how do you prevent individual employees using AI tools to produce more opaquely? Even if you have good controls on Microsoft 365 Copilot internally, whether an employee feels able to use ChatGPT or something else under the table comes down to your policies and culture. Just as being transparent with AI inclusion in work product is important, being transparent with its use in your internal processes is too. What are your standards around AI-generated communications? Do you have a culture of rewarding quick rather than good, so team members may feel incentivized to maximize their use of Copilot to respond to their boss's messages as quickly as possible? What are your standards for using employee and customer data with AI tools? Have you been transparent in your existing privacy policies in how you'll use data, and are your intended uses with AI in line with what you've communicated? Unless you maintain good data retention and destruction practices and you have effective access control policies in place, AI may expose data to be used that is unintended and may have very unintended consequences. Could your data introduce bias when interpreted by AI? Are you sure that data sets you rely upon have been captured in unbiased ways and that communications or analysis supported by AI isn't going to amplify these existing biases as you go forward? Sometimes our training or common practices circumvent underlying problems that exist with our data, our systems, or our processes. Guidance to team members like, you don't need to look at that, or I know it says this, but we do that instead, may be what is keeping your operations fair and profitable. But AI tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot are going to know what your documents say, not how you choose to read them, or what your data reports, not what you choose to understand from it. And this can introduce new positives and negatives to your business process. It's important to understand that while AI introduces a whole new set of capabilities to augment what you already do, you have to really think about how and how it doesn't get information and guidance on your practices in a completely novel way versus your human employees. If you have inconsistencies in your data, in your processes, in your records retention, or even in your file access, AI may expose these in unintended and unhelpful ways. You might already be seeing job applications written by ChatGPT. Are you seeing an uptick in good quality applicants, perhaps ones that end up looking much better on paper? While you cannot 100% attribute this to AI, there are certainly new tools out there that more and more job seekers will be using. From the start of the employee lifecycle, AI will play a role, in some cases directly and in others indirectly. Whether you are focused on hiring new team members with AI skills or in upskilling your existing employees, if AI is to be the most helpful co-pilot it can be, you need to be focused on having a team of the most skilled pilots possible. Over time, AI tools will likely really shake up some aspects of work. As we become more confident in the work they do on mundane and routine administrative tasks, our need for human workers focused on these sorts of roles may reduce. But we may need more people stewarding our data and ensuring our records align with our policies to make sure we're using AI in an ethical and compliant manner. This could be a huge opportunity for some of your team members to embark on rewarding new roles that we wouldn't even have imagined a couple of years ago. And building a framework that can guide this transition will be vital to ensure you can retain the right people while maximising the useful skill sets you have available. AI may well become important in our performance management journeys too. On one level, AI tools will be able to help organisations strip unintended bias from what they do in relation to recruitment and performance management by focusing on consistently applying standards to reliable data, some of it collected directly from the broad understanding products like Copilot will gather into how each employee works. However, in balance, it will be important not to have AI become a policing capability for employees and to ensure the highest standards of transparency and ethics are deployed with its use in these areas. Ultimately, through these changes, many team members will need support to be successful. From understanding the value of AI, to being trained on how to engage with it, to grasping the opportunities that will arise, this is a set of changes that will be implemented by technical team members but must be guided, supported and embraced by all leaders to be successful. AI will touch every corner of your organisation and will rely on advocates in every corner to be something that will bring your success. There are so many more considerations that are important when it comes to AI. I've just brushed the surface here and this could have been a 2-hour-long video. But hopefully with these 3 general ideas, this gives you some information on how to get started thinking as a non-technical leader or as an HR specialist around how AI might impact you and your role and the people around you in your organisation. I hope this information has been useful to you. This is certainly something that I'll come back to and update as we get to the point of Microsoft 365 Copilot or other products rolling out, so that we have an up-to-date set of considerations that are technical and non-technical so everyone can engage with it. What are your most important considerations? Are there ones that would be in your top 3 that I've missed here? If there are, then please do leave them in the comments below. I appreciate you watching this video. If this has been of value to you, then please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, bye bye.